Welcome everyone. Today in this video, I'm going to show you on how to live stream in 2020 on Twitch using OBS Studio and a plugin called OBS.Live. But of course, just to understand that this is the latest version of how to stream, because of course I know a lot of people will check out previous videos, or last year, 2 years ago on how to live stream on Twitch, which is not bad, but just understand that there's going to be a lot of updates along the way. So there's going to be a lot of things that are different, but this is the recent year and the recent updates on streaming on OBS and also on Twitch. Without further ado, let's get on with the video on how to live stream on OBS using Twitch. So the first thing you're going to do is, of course, go down the description. I left some links there, and the very first one we're going to do is download OBS Studio. Now there's two different versions of OBS, but we're going with OBS Studio. As you can see here from the website itself, we got the latest version, which is 24.0.3 if you're using Windows, which I'm going to do, of course. And yes, there's another program called Streamlabs OBS. Now, both programs do have the same interface, but it's a little bit more different. But I've been using OBS Studio for a very long time already, and it's been very good to me for the past few years already. And Streamlabs is kind of new. I think I barely learned it like maybe a year or 2 years ago. But at the same time, I haven't been able to switch it over because I had to manually input everything that I have done on my original OBS Studio to this new one. So maybe in a future video I could do this, but for the meantime, I'm using original OBS Studio. But of course, download which version you have on your operating system, which is, of course, mine is going to be Windows. You click on the tab there and make sure to download the program and install it. That's all you need to do. Make sure to install it all the way, because we're going to install another program which is called OBS.Live. So now the next thing we're going to do is download a program called OBS.Live. So apparently you could only download the Windows version of it. So sorry if you're using Mac or Linux, but it looks like only Windows you're able to download it. But the reason why I use this is because it makes it a little bit more easier to understand where your chat is, and of course your alerts, your follower alerts, your subscribers, donations, all that stuff. You're able to control it in your OBS Studio, which is really nice because of course you have to manually do it everything if you want to stop, the alert system and everything, but you could do it here in OBS Studio. I think the next step we're going to do is open our OBS Studio and try to learn on what we need to do next. But make sure you do those two first, and we're going to move on to OBS Studio. So now the next thing we're going to do, guys, is make sure to open your OBS Studio program. And once you are here, it's going to look something like this. It may look similar, it may look different, but don't worry. Just make sure that you have Stream Elements up here already installed. If you do have this already up here, that means you installed it correctly. Now, if you do not have it, you probably did something wrong. But this is where we're mostly gonna get our management for your stream and everything. But if you're not using Stream Elements or using OBS.Live, you go to where it says View, go to Docs, and you have all of these scenes right here. So we could have our chat, our stream information, our Twitch status, and our Twitch activity feed. So we put chat. I got another window right here, which is automatically already on my OBS Studio. But just make sure that this is only for Twitch. So you're thinking about, oh, I'm going to use it for YouTube, Facebook, and Mixer. Well, you need to use the OBS.Live, chat. This is only from OBS, from right here to View, to Docs, and all this other stuff. Same thing, stream information. Everything is going to be from Twitch only. Of course, you could go to YouTube and try to do all that stuff, but we need to connect it first. So if you try to right now, let's say, oh, I want to stream on YouTube, all that stuff, and you put all of the information, it's not going to work because, of course, YouTube, Facebook, and Mixer have their own setups on how to do their stream information. But for the meantime, we're just going to exit these out because we don't need them right now. But we are going to connect our Twitch account. That's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to connect. And once you're here, you're going to sign in, of course, to your Twitch account. And once that's done, you're going to submit. And probably is going to tell you to authorize it, whatever, stuff like that. But once you do that, as you can see here, we got our activity feed, our stream information, and our chat, which is the same thing over here in DocSpace. You can see here, you know, it doesn't show up. It doesn't show up, but we have right here stream elements. But as you can see here, we have the other tabs right here. So if I uncheck this chat tab, it won't be there. Same thing, if I uncheck the activity feed, it won't be there. The only thing I have left is the stream information, but I do want those back. All you gotta do is go right there, activity feed and chat. So you should look something like this once you have everything installed and with OBS.Live installed. But of course, if you want to check if it is installed, just make sure to update it. You know, go to your Stream Elements tab and make sure to click for updates. As you can see here, there's no updates at all for OBS.Live. Now, the next thing we're going to do is put our information into OBS Studio so that we could finally stream on Twitch. Now, the next thing we're going to do is stream on Twitch. But as you can see here, I do not have my activity or stream information because even if I had logged into Stream Elements, as you can see here, I do not have the stream information media, so we need to log in directly into our OBS Studio. So it's a two-way process, but Stream Elements is its own plugin. We have not officially put in our account information into our OBS Studio. So what we need to do first is go to File, go to Settings, or you go all the way down here where it says Settings, and we're going to go to where it says Stream. And of course, you want to change the color and everything, the dark theme. All you gotta do is go right here, dark default, or change it however you want to. But right here on stream, we're gonna go to where it says service and we're gonna click on Twitch. Now, as you can see here, you could automatically use your stream key, or you could connect directly to Twitch. As you can see here, connect account recommended. So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna log into our Twitch account one more time. As you can see here, everything's already connected, and as well as for your stream key. So you don't need to go right here and always get your stream key from your, of course, Twitch channel, bring it over here to OBS, yada, yada, yada. It will automatically do it and you will automatically start streaming right now. But the next thing is make sure that you go to your server, choose whichever one is very close to you. Just make sure to choose which server you are very close to. But other than that, you're going to click apply. Once you click apply, as you can see here, we have stream information in the chat. I don't know why there's two of them, but we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna exit this one, and stream information. As you can see, view doc and everything is gonna be the same thing. We're just gonna keep it down here. Yeah, that's the only thing about OBS. You know, it has so much stuff like this. Well, there we go. So we got our streaming information right here, ready, set to go. But we need to set up our, of course, we need to set up our output and everything. So the first thing that we need to go to is go back into our web browser, and we're going to go to check out what our bitrate will be for streaming on Twitch. So right now we're going to go back to our browser and we're just going to type in Twitch bitrate, as you can see here, and our maximum bitrate that we could only go to is 6,000 kilobytes. That's the highest you could ever go for Twitch. But just remember, maximum bitrate. Now the reason why is because even if you go higher, yes, it could be very good quality stream and everything, high quality video, but sometimes people do not have the necessary download speed or have the necessary connection for them to watch your stream. Just remember that 6,000 will be your maximum, so you have to go 6,000 or less. But a good way to know that is go right here where it says Twitch video encoding bitrates. Right here gives you a very good estimate and guide to know what you're going to stream, either what presets. As you can see, we got NVIDIA Inc. and X264. Now, X264, as you can see here, is your CPU. That's all you need to worry about. So whatever you're going to use on your CPU will be all the way down here. Now NVIDIA Inc., if you have a graphics card, NVIDIA or GTX graphics card, you'll follow these steps right here. And what we're going to stream at is 720p, 60 frames per second, or 30 frames per second. We're going to focus on this more. Now, the next thing we need to do is, of course, our speed test. What is our speed test? How much upload do we have? So, of course, you could use your own internet service provider speed test if you want to, or you just go to speedtest.net. And right here, once everything is loaded, all you gotta do is click OK or go, and try to get what's your upload speed. Okay, already got my upload speed, and as you can see here, my upload speed is 11.77, so around 12 upload megabytes. So that's pretty good. I could stream the whole 6,000, but just remember that it all depends on your CPU and your GPU if it can handle it. Because even if you stream that much for a bitrate, you're going to lose connection between yourself and people who are also using the internet. So be careful when you're going to maximize your bitrate or whatever your bitrate you're trying to use. So we have 12 megabits. It's going to be the same thing for the kilobytes. So 1,000 kilobytes is 1 megabit. 2,000 kilobytes with 2 megabits. And on and on and on and on. But we have 12. I could use half, which will be 6,000, and that's good enough for me. But I know for my hardware and my computer, I already know where I need to input because I did stream tests. I test out if I get drop frames, all that stuff. So we already know what our upload speed is. And next thing we're going to do is go back to our, of course, our Twitch OBS over here. And we're going to input our information. So we're going to go to File, Settings. And the first thing we're going to do is go to where it says Video. Now right here in Video, we have a lot of options, but the main important one is your base canvas. Your base canvas is basically your main monitor resolution. So whatever's your main monitor resolution, keep it at there. Keep it at 1080p. That's all you need to do, or 720p, whatever's your base resolution on your monitor, whatever you're using, or what's the highest resolution, keep it right there. Now, output scale resolution is going to be at 720p. So we're going to keep it at 720p. Yes, I could do it at 1080p if I want to, but I have done stream tests before and 1080p still struggles with me. Sometimes I have good connections and then like 10 minutes later it goes down, but it goes back up again to normal. Another 10 minutes later, yada, 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 yada. So I'm ready to keep mine at 720p for the moment, since it's most standard for anyone to watch your stream. Now, downscale filters, I really do not know very much about it, but you're mostly going to keep it at 16 or 36 samples. So whichever one it is, I do not really know very much about downscale filters, but it's either between one of these two. But I'm going to keep mine at 36 samples. Now, frame rates, pretty simple, either 30 or 60. But for me, I keep mine at 5994, which is the actual frame rate, and of course 2997. I'm doing 30 frames per second. But just remember that yes, you keep it at full 30, full 60 if you want to. But for me personally, since I do record at the same time when I stream, I keep mine at 5994 because somehow every time I go to my video editing software, there's always some hiccup to the video or whatever, for whatever reason, that if I go full 30, full 60, it doesn't want to replay it, doesn't want to load up. So I'm not sure what's the problem right there. But I mostly keep mine at 5994 for 60 frames, and then for 30 frames will be 2997. But after that, you go to click apply. Once that's done, the next thing we're going to do is go to our output. Now we have streaming, which is the first tab, and we're going to set our output mode to advanced. We're not going to keep it as simple, we're going to keep it advanced because we have more options. But of course, make sure your audio track is at 1, and we're going to go right here to the audio tab and make sure our audio bitrate is at 160. As you can see here, I named it to all. That means all the audio is going to one track only. So we're going to keep our streaming to number one track. As you can see here in the encoder, we got new NVIDIA Inc., the old one, and of course X264. But we're going to do X264 first, and then we go up down the line. But in X264, I'm going to click on Enforce Streaming Services Encoder Settings, or you keep it all however you want to, but always do some test streams, but I keep mine checked. Now right here, control rate, we're going to keep it at CBR. And our bit rate, of course, we're going to keep it at, for me personally, I have it at 4,000. So at a consistent rate, your bit rate is going to consistently be at 4,000 kilobytes. So people who are watching, they're going to be watching at 4,000 kilobytes of your bit rate. So the higher you go is going to be, 45,000, 5,500, or 5,500, 6,000, on and on and on. So it's going to be at a consistent rate at 4,000 kilobytes. But of course, if you think that is I could get more bitrate out of my stream, then go a little bit higher by 500. So 500. Same thing, 5,000. All right. If you can keep on going and getting good, better quality streams, and your connection is doing good, go higher. But if you're not doing so well, then try to go low. Go to 3,500. Always go by 500s. To see what's the best connection for you. Same thing, go lower again, 3,000. Whatever works best for you, because everybody has different computers, different hardware. Everybody's going to be different. Next thing we're going to do is keyframe interval. Of course, we're going to keep it at 2. And CPU usage preset, higher equals less CPU. Now, what does that mean is that if you go at ultra fast, you're not going to use any CPU, or you are, but it's going to be very low percentage. But your quality stream is going to look very bad, like really, really bad. But if you keep it on normal, like around very fast, around super fast, very fast, or faster, you should be good enough. But we're going to keep ours at very fast. But you have a very good, decent CPU, you could try to go lower. But the lower you go, let's say medium, the higher your CPU usage will go up. So be worried about that. So just play around whichever one works for you. But for me, I'm going to keep mine at super fast, which is the default. So it should be no problem for me. Profile, we're going to keep it at high or main, whichever one you want to. Tune, we keep it at none. And then the options right here, we keep it at none. And then we're going to click apply for our X264 encoder. Now going to NVIDIA, we have two different options here, but they're both the same thing. The only difference is that with NVIDIA Inc., as you can see here, we could rescale our output, higher or lower however you want to. But on the new one, we cannot rescale the output. So that's pretty much it. The same. They're both the same thing. It's just a rescale output. But we're going to keep ours at new. Again, control rate, constant bit rate. That's the very first one we're going to click on. And our bit rate is going to be at 4,000, like always. Keyframe interval, we're going to keep it at 2. And preset, sometimes people will mostly max it out at max quality, but if it says quality, then keep it at quality. That's where I mostly keep it at. And then profile, keep it at high. Now the look ahead and cycle visual tuning, I think those are some other features that the new NVIDIA Inc. have, but I do not see the necessary on using them. So I rather just keep it at default. You don't need to use them as well, but you want to check on them, you can, but just keep it at default. Now GPU, it depends if you have more than one GPUs, but most of us are mostly going to only have one, but you're going to keep it at default. And then max B-frames, we keep it at 2, which is normal. And then click apply. Whichever encoder you're using, either X264 or the new NVIDIA Inc., choose which one you want to use. And of course, the next thing, the last thing we're going to try to do is our audio. Now, our sample rate, I keep mine at 48 Hertz, but you can keep yours at 41.1 Hertz, which is okay. Now, desktop audio will be your speakers or even your headphone speakers if you're using your headphones as well. But choose whatever speakers you're using for your computer or how you're listening to your game or talking to people, all that stuff. But as you can see here on my microphone, the mic auxiliary audio, that'll be your main microphone, which is number 1. But as you can see here, I have Voice Meter. And this is a program I found, which is called Voice Meter Banana. And I'm able to have multiple sources of audio mics along the way on my computer. I'm able to outsource, different inputs of microphones so that I could record it on OBS Studio. But of course, if you do not have that, that's fine. I mostly keep mine at microphone, ATR USB microphone, whichever microphone you're using, you keep it there. And the same thing with the second microphone. If you have more microphones, then you go along the way. And after that, you're going to click apply, of course. And the very last thing will be right here in advanced. Now, general processing priority, we're going to keep it at normal. Yes, you could go higher if you want to, but just be aware that your computer is going to lag a little bit if you go even higher for your priority. So just keep your priority on normal, just in case. And then on normal, video, sorry. We're going to keep it at renderer. We're going to keep it at direct 3D 11. Now color format, keep it at NV12. I have not played around with these other settings. So I just keep it at NV12, works really good. Now these two are going to be different between your options or how you're streaming, but it all depends on the color. Sometimes some colors are brighter. Sometimes some colors are very low, very dark. But it depends on you how you want to change it. Now you could change these if you want to, but like I said, do some stream tests. See what works best for you and see what works well. But I mostly keep mine at 709 for color space, and color range, I keep it at partial. But you could go with full if you want to, but you want more information, you do have to search it for yourself. But other than that, you're going to click apply, of course. And I think one more thing here. I think that's pretty much it. Yes, everything should be the same thing. Nothing else you need to do at all. But if you have everything set up, all your video, your audio, your output, your stream, everything, your cell, you're ready to go. And you're ready to start to stream right now. And all you have to do is click that stream button. And whatever information you're doing on your stream information right here, you could click on start streaming. And you'll be automatically start streaming on your channel, going live on Twitch. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's the whole video. Pretty simple. I know it might be a little bit long, but I just want to help you guys on little information about other stuff in OBS, because of course, everybody doesn't know everything, even the simplest things, how do I change this? How do I do that? How do I make this? How do I change this stuff? Everybody's different. Everybody has different accounts, different computers, all that stuff. So that's pretty much it. That's the whole video on how to stream in OBS while using Twitch. But thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, but as well, share with some of your friends. They want to know how to live stream on Twitch while using OBS Studio. Share with them. That would be very nice to have people share around my video just to help them further on with their Twitch streams. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you want me to do some of the other, the other live streaming like YouTube, Mixer, and Facebook, leave it down in the comments below. But thank you for watching, and see you next time. Keep on playing. Game for life, guys. See you later.